Welcome to EduRev. Today, we are tackling what many people consider the make or break section of the CAT exam. Data interpretation and logical reasoning, or DILR. You know that feeling, right? That mix of confusion and pressure when you look at a DILR set? Well, if that sounds familiar, you're in exactly the right place. We're about to unpack a clear, strategic roadmap to turn this section from a huge stumbling block into your greatest strength. So here's our game plan for today. First, we'll get a real handle on what DILR is all about. Then, I'll walk you through a complete roadmap for your prep. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of building a solid foundation, practicing like a pro, and then we'll wrap it all up with a clear summary of your next steps. Okay, let's start with the big question. What is DILR really? It's got this reputation for being the toughest part of the CAT. But you know what? A lot of that difficulty just melts away once you understand what skills it's actually testing. At its core, DILR is really a combination of two different skills. On one side, you've got data interpretation, which is all about looking at charts, graphs, and tables to find the story that's hiding in the numbers. And on the other side, there's logical reasoning, which tests your ability to take a bunch of rules and conditions and piece together the one correct solution. This quote really hits home, doesn't it? That feeling of facing a brand new, completely unseen type of question. That's what makes DILR so intimidating. And the solution right here isn't some secret formula. It's just consistent, varied practice. Getting that exposure is what builds the mental agility you need to stay clear-headed on exam day. So knowing the challenge, how do we actually build a strategy to conquer it? The answer isn't just practicing randomly. It's about having a structured plan. So let's look at a 5-step roadmap that can guide your preparation from the very beginning all the way to exam day. And this slide right here, this lays out the entire path. This is the heart of the strategy. You can see how it starts with the basic foundational habits, moves through decoding the exam and practicing with past papers, and ends with mastering mock tests and analysis. Each step is just the building block for the next one. So let's start right at the beginning. Before you even think about diving into complex problems, you have to build the right habits. A strong foundation here isn't about memorizing formulas. It's about making these small, daily efforts to train your brain. Seriously, think about adding these 3 simple things into your daily routine. Maybe start your day with a Sudoku puzzle to get your logical gears turning.
Work on your mental math whenever you can, so simple calculations don't slow you down. And hey, even just looking at the graphs in the news can make you way more comfortable with data. These are the mental muscles we need to build. Now with those habits starting to form, we can move on to the core technical skills. The topics you see here, they are the absolute backbone of the DILR section. Arrangements test your ability to structure information, while graphs and tables test your interpretation skills. And something like Venn diagrams, that's all about understanding overlapping sets, which comes up a surprising amount. Mastering these is non-negotiable. This slide gives you a great visual for 2 of those really core topics. On the left, a classic seating arrangement puzzle, and on the right, a Venn diagram. The key takeaway for both is that success isn't about memorizing rules. It's about being able to actually visualize the logic and see the relationships between all the different moving parts. So whenever you approach a DILR set, I want you to think of it like opening a toolkit. The first tool you should always reach for is analysis. Figure out what kind of question you're even looking at. From there, you can apply specific tricks. Use symbols to keep your thoughts organized. And remember the golden rule. Accuracy first, speed second. Rushing to get a wrong answer helps absolutely no one. Okay, foundation built, toolkit ready. Now we move to the phase where the magic really happens. Practice. This is where you apply everything you've learned and turn all that theory into actual performance. And this point is echoed by the pros. Lakshi Kumar Jha, a CAT topper with a staggering 99.99 percentile, makes it crystal clear. Your single best resource is the collection of previous year questions, or PYQs. They are the closest you can possibly get to the real thing. So working through past papers is essential. But to really prepare for exam day, you have to simulate the real thing. And that brings us to the final and probably most critical piece of the practice puzzle, the mock test. You know, taking a mock test effectively is all about strategy. Here's your game plan. The moment the clock starts, don't just jump into the first question. Spend the first few minutes scanning the entire section to spot the easier sets. Target the ones with fewer variables first to build momentum. And this is crucial. Learn to let go. Don't let one hard question sabotage your entire performance. But listen, the most important part of this whole process happens after the mock test is over. The real learning is in the analysis. You have to dig into those performance reports, pinpoint your exact weak spots, and then go back to intentionally practice those specific areas. That's how you turn a weakness into a strength. Alright, we've covered a lot of ground today, from daily habits all the way to exam day strategy. Let's do a quick recap of the entire DILR roadmap and talk about your immediate next step. So just remember the 5 steps. It all starts with building those daily routines. From there, you strengthen your core concepts and systematically work through those past papers. Then you test yourself with regular mocks, and most importantly, you analyze every single one to improve. That's the cycle of success right there. Your journey to mastering DILR definitely doesn't end here. To put this entire roadmap into action, continue your preparation with us at EduRev. You can find courses, topic-wise tests, and full-length mock tests to help you at every single stage. Download the EduRev app today from the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store, and let's get you ready for exam day. Happy learning!